Hello, Facebook friends. Listen, I want to share something with you that really disturbs me. I mean, it really ticks me off when it happens. And so this may be a little rant, but it is serious. And if we could get this thing right, I think we could mend and save a lot of misunderstandings. We could maintain more relationships with people if we got this one thing correct. But first, I want to read this scripture to you. This scripture is sort of what I base my viewpoint on. And here's the scripture, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 2. And I'm reading from the Common English translation. Here's what it says. We may think we know what is right, but the Lord is the judge of our motives. Let me say it again. We may think we know what is right, but the Lord is the judge of our motives. Notice who it said was the judge of our motives. Notice who it said knows our motives, determines our motives, can discern our motives is God. It is not another human being. We are not God. Therefore, we have no idea unless we ask the person and they tell us what their motives are for doing a certain thing, for exhibiting a certain behavior, for making a certain decision. But here's what we do. We assume we know why someone did what they did without having a... And then, if that were not bad enough, then we base our actions toward them as if our interpretation or assumption of their motives is correct. Let me give you an example. I decide I want to wear some cut-up jeans. I don't know. So I'm hanging out with my friend. This is hypothetical. I'm hanging out with my friends, my associates, and one of them says to me, you wore those cut-up jeans because you wanted to attract male attention. You are not God. You have no idea why I wore those cut-up jeans. I could have worn those cut-up jeans because all my non-cut-up jeans were in the dirty clothes and I didn't feel like washing them. So, therefore, you deal with me based on your interpretation of my motives, right? So then you start thinking I'm, some kind of hoochie mama. I hate using that phrase, but you know what I mean. You start dealing with me as if I am someone other than who I am because your interpretation, wisdom, the ability to understand, to interpret, to discern someone's motives. So here's what I want you to do, people. Stop it. Stop it. Stop playing God. Check yourself right before you get ready to say, oh, he did this because, or she did this because, or I think they did that because. You have no idea unless you've asked them and then they've told you. That ticks me off when I hear that, right? When it's been done to me. And what disturbs me about that is you connected with me and you telling me why you think I did what I did. And you done based your relationship with me, you based your interactions with me based on what you thought my motives were, rather than asking me. Now, when you ask a person what their motives are and they tell you, you can then decide whether you believe it or not. That's up to you, right? But if they have never had a reputation of lying to you in the past, right? Why would they be lying now? So really, that's more about you than it is them. So here, I've said it. I've said what I had to say. You and me, we are not God. We have no idea why people do what they do, why they make the decisions that they make, unless we've sat down and we've interacted with them. You know what? Even therapists don't know why people do what they do until they get them in a counseling session. They have conversations with them over a period of time, and then they can help the person understand why they've done what they did. But you know what? Many times we don't even know why we do what we do. So how can another person know why? I'm just saying. All right, so I've gone on my rant long enough. We are not God. Stop playing God. If you want to know why someone did what they did, ask them.